Welcome to IDB, everybody. It is Andrew here as usual, and we have a really neat accessory. And I've been wondering, is this thing better than Apple's upcoming AirPower mat? The idea is that you can charge 3 devices at once: your iPhone, your AirPods, and your Apple Watch, all at the same time with just one wireless charging mat. So included in the kind of the sample that I got early, this is up on Indiegogo right now, is a stand, a few different AirPod covers, and then the actual mat itself. Now what makes this really cool is I love that there is a stand here because you can use it flat or as a stand. So you have 2 different configurability options, and that's a whole lot nicer than the AirPower is, which is stuck flat on the table. Now to make this work, the back comes off and you install an Apple Watch charging puck. So it's not as magical as Apple's is, but because you use just a standard charging puck, this will work with any Apple Watch, whereas Apple's AirPower will only work with the Series 3 Apple Watch because there's been some changes in the way that it wirelessly charges. You simply plug in the USB cable, wind it up towards the end, and put the puck in place. Mine is glued in here, but it obviously doesn't have to be glued, and then the back just snaps right back on. And no, I did not actually snap mine into place right now because I needed to film this a few different times, so it does snap right into place and holds on really well. On the back of the device, you can find the mount for the stand and then the USB port. This is powered over USB Type-C, which is great, especially if you have a 90-degree cable. It could go in either direction because it's reversible. Now your AirPods, they're not going to work with a wireless charger. In fact, Apple will be selling an updated case that you have to buy that enables Qi charging to use on the AirPower or another charger. But in this case, they include 2 silicone sleeves and a lightning Qi adapter. It simply attaches to the bottom and the back of your AirPods. Now this is the only thing that I would ever be worried about with the Plux charger, because this is of course not licensed by Apple. This is not an Apple MFI licensed Qi charging adapter. You simply kind of have to use it at your own risk. Then again, I've been using it and haven't had any problems, but I know people can be sticklers, as I am, about using MFI approved lightning products. You simply don't want to take the risk. So if you were worried about that, you could just totally not use this with your AirPods. I mean, you have to have the AirPods anyway for that to make sense, but if you do have AirPods, you don't have to use this thing. You just buy that Qi enabled case from Apple when that launches soon. I also want to note really quick, the way I put this case on is totally not the best way to do so. If you take the actual silicone case and you turn it inside out and then you push it up onto the AirPods, it'll go on a whole lot nicer. It looked pretty ridiculous trying to slide this thing up. It just did not want to move. They stay on really well. I'm assuming these are just third-party ones that they were able to pick up and include with the Plux charger. Now you can use the charger laying down just like the AirPod, great. But you can also use it as a stand, which is, to be honest, I like this a whole lot better. It works so much nicer and you have a few other benefits to go along with. First question though is, how do I get my AirPods to stay up here? Well, Plux has an answer for that in the way of this tiny little stand that is included. It just clips on to the bottom here, and then your AirPods sit perfectly on it, perfectly aligned to line up with that Qi charger that is beneath it. Then of course you have your phone right there in the middle, has its own little stand built in, perfect. And then the Apple Watch could go there on the right hand side, which if you think about it, works better because the actual AirPower mat wouldn't work with loop bands like Apple's Milanese loop. And with the upcoming watchOS update, you will have nightstand mode in vertical mode. So I could have this next to my bed, all 3 things I need for the day right there, all being charged, perfect. And I still have nightstand mode, so I don't have to worry about having my watch on sideways to actually make it work. If we open up the AirPods case, you can see the tiny little red light back there. I've got the older model that still had the lighting sensor, the little charging sensor there on the inside. Okay, so here is the question though. Is this better than AirPower? Should I buy this over AirPower? So this is what it comes down to for me. Personally, AirPower still is more technologically amazing because you can charge those 3 devices on it in any different spot. You aren't stuck with your phone in the middle, watch on the side, and AirPods unless you can charge them in any different way. You could charge 3 phones as you wanted to. It comes with the power adapter, cable, all of that stuff. Whereas with the Plux, you're going to have to provide your own power adapter. It doesn't provide quite as much power as the AirPower does as well. You're going to be limited in what you can do. You can't charge 3 iPhones on here at full 7.5 watts of power each. Just not going to happen. However, Plus is way cheaper. It'll still work with all 3 devices, it'll work with any version of the Apple Watch, and it'll work in a stand mode, which is perfect for having on your nightstand and having your watch in nightstand mode. If you do want to pick one up, you can find a link for it below in the description, and let me know what you think. Which one, Plus or AirPower? Down below in the comments. Until next time, this is Andrew for IDB.